Kenny, can you treat these occasions as just another game?
I don't know what is just another game. Every game's very important for this football club anyway. Liverpool, Manchester United is a game that a lot of people look forward to. You get the same rewards from it. Regards points, you never get a wee bit more credit. You might get a few more inches in a newspaper column if you get a positive result. So I think everybody looks forward to these games, but I say every game is very important. Regarding the term, is it just another game? I don't know what another game is.
Has it then become perhaps the biggest game of the season in terms of the Premier League for Liverpool and Manchester?
No, the next one's only because it's the next one. For us anyway. You keep saying, Vinny, you ask us a question, you get the same answer. You want a wee bit of consistency. We'll try our best to give you it.
Is it a little easier to prepare this time though, given that you only had a couple of days before the Cup game with them earlier this season?
Well, I never had any time. I was in transit, but the lads had been well prepared here. But obviously that went out the window a little bit in the first minute when they get a penalty kick, and then Stephen gets sent off about half an hour into the game. So you can prepare as much as you want, but you can't prepare for things like that.
Even when you were winning the title with Blackburn, did you ever think that Manchester United would get close or even threaten Liverpool's record of league titles?
Well, I never considered it. I was concentrating on what I was supposed to do, and that was manage Blackburn Rovers. So, as I say, you never look too far ahead. Certainly I wasn't doing it then. But, they have got a fantastic amount of championships to their credit. And that just tells you how successful they have been.
Does it come into the thinking, doing something to try and stop them breaking the record of league titles?
Well, we want to help ourselves first. And if along the way, if we help ourselves first and it hinders somebody else, that's not our problem, is it? That's theirs. So, as we've always said, we can control a lot of our own destiny. But for someone else's, we don't really control that. So, if we concentrate on ourselves and, as we've always said, get ourselves as best we possibly can prepared for a game, then whatever eventualities come from that, come from it. But if we get a result Sunday, it's more helpful to us than it would be harmful to them.
Are these the kind of rivalries that you enjoy though, Kenny?
Well, every game's a rival, isn't it? Everybody that stands in front of you is an opponent. So everybody plays football to play at the highest level they possibly can. And the games between Liverpool and Manchester United are what you term, I think, the highest category of games you can get. So I suppose anybody that's playing football would love to play in them.
How are you looking squad-wise as well? Morella, Saga, Aurelio, Kiriakos, are their injuries?
Well, we're hopeful most of them will be fit. We don't really know, obviously. It's Thursday morning, it's a wee bit away for the game. Obviously Kelly won't play with a hamstring strain. John Joe Shelby won't be available either. Everybody else's fitness is more positive than that, and who we have and what we go with, obviously we won't know, and that includes Andy Carroll.
It's a shame for Martin as well, isn't it, given the way he's been playing?
He's been doing really well, and to pull up with a hamstring injury would be hurtful for him, especially when he had a couple of games rested almost and brought back in. So maybe he'll blame us for it.
And Andy's progressing well though, because he's played more of a full part in training this week, hasn't he?
Well, Andy's training was always progressing, but it's not progressed into a game yet. So we said all along that we've been delighted with his progress and what he's done, and there's not been anything that he's done that hasn't been encouraging. But as I say, whether he's involved in Sunday or no, I'm sure Fergie would love to know, but we don't know. So if he knows, he's a better guy than us.
Is there only one way to celebrate your 60th birthday this weekend then as well?
Aye, with the kids.
Is that what you're doing tomorrow?
I'm sure I'm not going to be telling you, Vinny, what I'm doing tomorrow.
As a spectator, when they were effectively shifting the power from Liverpool or over to Manchester United, how did that make you feel? Because obviously you're a massive Liverpool fan as well. So how did you feel about that? How
did I feel about the power being changed? Well, I think I was working for a good part of the time, in the early doors anyway. And I was having my own competition against Manchester United when I was at Blackburn and then Newcastle. So I never had any feelings. Just obviously you support your own team, you get greater satisfaction out of it when your own team's been successful. And they've been more successful than Liverpool over the last 20 years. So, but at the end of the day, we've always got wee bits we can hang on to. We've still won 5 European Cups, I think. So we've got wee bits we can hang on to.
And how's your relationship with Sir Alex now?
What do you mean now?
Well, has it?
It's never been any different.
Oh, how is it then?
Well, if you read my book, you'll tell you. You get a
Those
plug for
that
the book.
haven't bought your book yet.
Well, there you are. You best hurry up, by the way. You best hurry up. I've never had a problem with Ferry. I've got respect for the job he's done as a manager. Never had a problem. Known him for a long time. Maybe 40 years or something when I first came across him, so don't have a problem.
Will you have a nice bottle of red waiting for him?
Well, it's my birthday. It's not his. He'll have what everybody else gets.
Kenny, in these games, given the magnitude of what's at stake, you know, for the fans at both ends of the M62, how difficult is it for the players to remain disciplined throughout the 90 minutes?
Well, it's hard for us to talk about discipline. We get somebody sent off the last game, and there's been other people from United sent off recently. Obviously, Vidic would be the one that you think about most, but he obviously he's unavailable for them. I don't think it's difficult to discipline yourself to play a match. You have to compete. It's a fine line between how you compete and if it's a fair or unfair challenge. If you do something stupid, you deserve to be sent off. So I don't think there's any problem with the discipline from either team. Certainly from us, there's no problem. The lads and the supporters, everybody, will be right up for the game, and they'll all look forward to the game.
Is it hard, though, sometimes to remain on the right side of controlled aggression, because you want controlled aggression? I mean, that can play a massive part for you, but once you go up...
That's part, not just for this game, but for every game. You've got to have controlled aggression. You can't go about punching and kicking people and headbutting people and expect to stay in the pitch. So it's got to be within the rules of the game, and the lads know the rules of the game. They also know that we've got to compete. So I don't think there's anything else that you can do to help them along the way. I think they know enough themselves to be able to compete properly.
Wayne Rooney, by his own admission, has had a pretty poor season by his standards, but even amongst that, he has this fantastic ability to change games, doesn't he? If you look at the goal against Chelsea, even though they got beat, but the goal against City as well, the overhead kick, and difficult to try and to counteract that.
I don't think Wayne Rooney has to justify his ability as a footballer to anybody. I think anybody that's involved in football would know that he's a top class player, and he does have the ability to do all the things that you said there. But I hope he doesn't do them Sunday.
Is it difficult, though, to lay solid plans against somebody with that sort of ability to try and keep them quiet?
I think it's difficult to keep them quiet at times, but it's not difficult to lay plans. That's their job, isn't it? Whether it works or not remains to be seen, but as I say, it's not difficult to lay plans. If you can't have an idea in your mind what you want to do for a game coming up, then we've got a problem. So it's not just Wayne that you need to concern yourself with, it's Manchester United, and as I say, as a team, they're a top team. That's why they're the top of the league at the moment.
Beating Manchester United would be important for you, as a one-off 3 points. How much of a boost might it be for the rest of the season, bearing in mind where Liverpool are at the moment?
Well, it never does anybody any harm to win a game. Obviously, the 3 points would be very welcome, but what the 3 points would bring for ourselves in the future, we don't know. But certainly, it wouldn't do anybody any harm for us to win the game.
Andy Carroll may play, may not play, may come on as a substitute. How important, though, from the team...
It may not even be a substitute. So, there you go. You might be going to see Boyzone.
How important is it to have a talismanic centre forward, somebody leading the attack as you're going towards the opposition goal?
No, we need good players in every position, and irrespective of what the individual is. There's some will do more than others to help the team cause, but everyone will be equally important to us. So whatever 11 we've got on the pitch for Sunday, I'm sure will represent this club proudly. And it's always helpful if you've got top quality players in your team, and their efforts and energies are channelled in the right direction, then we'll have a better chance. So all we'll do is concentrate on the team that we've got, and the subs, and who the names are, we'll put to them on Sunday morning.